Okay. This is Adam Copeland, Dr. Adam Copeland. I'd like to take credit for him being here, but Miss Pat spoke with the principal at Kingsport and gave me his name, so we've been emailing one another, and he knows some answers to some of the questions that we all have. You know, I told him about we're kind of at a deadlock, because the last month we were together, I think we were all a little nervous when we left and a little anxious because I make excuses, but they had been in the room all day, TCAPs, that's what But when we started this 6 years ago, we've grown leaps and bounds, I feel like. But, there's so many people that play a part in this, like Jason and Leanne. I mean, I do nothing with the children. They do it all. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That is a godsend. And my kitchen people, and I mean, it's just my security, and Nick and Mark, the van drivers, and Marie, who listens to me gripe and complain, and I call her and bounce off ideas. But I'll let Adam take it. So after he finishes his presentation, if you've got a question, raise your hand so we can use this because we're recording it. So Serena and all the people that are in Spain wanted to see it. So it's going to be on YouTube if you ever want to go back and look at some of the things he said, how we can get a better look at moving forward.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay? One, thank you for letting me be here. It's kind of interesting that this is all kind of came about. I grew up in this church from the time I was probably when we moved here when I was 4 years old till at least once I graduated college. And as I was telling your husband, really probably the only reason why I was even drawn away was working professionally, having to work weekends and swing shifts and all that different stuff. And we live in Johnson City. My wife and I have been married for going on 12 years. So we actually attend Calvary Church over there in Boones Creek. But I'm very thankful to be back here. A lot of good memories being back in this building. But Ms. Seals, Pat, was able to talk to my former principal when I worked at Kingsport, Suzanne Zahner. I guess it's been a couple months ago. They were at a birthday party for her grandson and Ms. Zahner's son, and just got talking about some things that were going on in restorative practices. And Suzanne mentioned me, and obviously Pat's known me since I was a little boy, and that's what kind of brought us here. So I'm just going to share with you. Ms. Zahner gave me some of her slides. I actually spoke with her today. She's up in Delaware right now on vacation, and then I've got a couple of suggestions, things that I've kind of come up with just to throw out there, and I'm going to share with you my experience of my 2 years as an assistant principal at Lincoln and Kingsport. Just a couple things. Who am I? Graduated high school in 1999 from Elizabethton. Went to ETSU, played a little baseball for a little while. I worked in law enforcement for several years. This will be my 14th year in education. Coached baseball and football, various sports for years. So that's who I am. Career choices. I went straight into management out of college, was on the police force. 17 years ago at this time, I was actually at Quantico, Virginia at Officer Candidate School for the Marine Corps. Unfortunately, I was injured 7 days before I was supposed to commission and was medically discharged. So then I went back into law enforcement, worked for Johnson City Police Department for several years, transferred over here, became an SRO at T.A. Duggar for I think 9 months of the school year, and then honestly made the switch to education, which was something I was looking to do anyways. I graduated high school knowing I wanted to either teach and coach or work in federal government law enforcement. So I've worked for 3 school districts, Carter County, Kingsport, and Elizabethton. I'm in my second stint with Elizabethton. Can everybody see that? Is that translating okay? This is a little video. If you want me to show it, I can. I think it's only a couple minutes. I will check and see if it will play in the volume.
Our world is changing